I often struggle with knowing when to exit a trade. I tend to either exit too early and miss out on potential profits, or hold on too long and watch my gains disappear. What's the best way to determine when to exit a trade? Are there specific rules or strategies I should follow? This is a very, very important question as well. It involves a lot of knowledge and technical analysis, and it involves really a key question, one that practically every trader has, and practically no trader has the answer. So, first of all, I should say, we are all concerned with where do I enter the market? Where do I buy? Where do I buy? Where do I sell? It's always the same question. Practically no one asks this question. Where do I exit it? If I enter there, okay, let's say that I entered there with the crossing of the moving average. But where do I exit? Yeah, that's a question that nobody wonders. So before you think of entering a trade, you should already know exactly where you plan to exit that trade. Never enter a trade without knowing where you expect to exit, and that exit should be typically based on, let's say, levels of support and resistance. Let's say that you enter the trade, enter a long. Today I'm very bullish. Let's say that you enter long, and where do you exit it? Well, you first, before you enter that long, you analyze the price action and try to spot where the levels of next resistances are. For instance, it could be historical previous resistance that has occurred there. You can put some lines where this resistance, where prices got to this level, they encountered resistance, and that resistance then became support. Once the prices penetrated that resistance, became support. So you can spot in your chart where those levels of support and resistance are, trace a line and say, okay, this is a particular resistance that my trade, my long, can probably reach, particularly if they are not lower resistances below that, of course, right? So you will spot the first important resistance, then you spot the second, and you spot all these different levels of support and resistances to define where to exit. Another possibility is to, let's say you put a moving average there, or let's use a moving average example. Let's say that you enter long and prices have been coming down, so the moving averages are moving down, and so when you enter long, you expect prices to move to that moving average or to the second moving average. Typically, prices will be attracted. Typically, the moving averages will act as a magnet and will be attracted to those levels. So it could be a moving average, it could be a trend line, it could be simply a historical level of support and resistance, it could be Fibonacci retracement levels, it could be Fibonacci projection levels, it could be any technical analysis technique that would determine that. For instance, you could use targets based on point and figure. They are fabulous targets. They are amazing targets. You could also use the target given by the RSI. The RSI, you can actually, using the RSI, you can actually project where prices are going to go. And so you could use targets like that, or you could use remember we spoke about stop system, stop and reverse, called the parabolic SAR. You could actually be trailing the stop using the parabolic SAR, which is probably the easiest way, so you don't have to really determine those levels of support and resistance. You have to have them in mind because you need to know where the market is going to be attracted and where the market is going to be rejected from. So you need to know that, but then you start trading the stop with the parabolic SAR.
Most people get into day trading because of the lifestyle marketed by gurus. The truth? Most are just gambling without realizing it. To avoid that trap, you need to know exactly where you sit on the spectrum of professional skill versus retail noise. To help you figure that out, we developed the Trading IQ Assessment. It's a free data-driven test that evaluates your level across 4 key metrics: market perception, emotional control, risk management, and execution. It shows you exactly where you stand today and, more importantly, identifies the gaps you need to close to reach the next level. You can take the short quiz for free at the link in the description. Now, let's get back to the video.
There are different ways that you could do, but the essence is that before you even think about entering the trade, you should know where are you going to exit it and based on what. So you need to have a trading plan, basically. Now, of all the systems, even the ones that I mentioned, and they're all good. For instance, let's say that you put a trend line, you put a trend line like that. You know that prices are going to be attracted to that trend line and likely will be rejected from that trend line at least the first time through. So if you enter long, you probably will put your stop there. Now, that's one way to approach it. There are many other ways. For example, you could scale out, meaning that let's say that you enter at 10. Okay, to say a number, but you didn't enter with one lot or tick, or how do you call the lot? Contract. You didn't enter with one. You want to enter with at least 3. And the reason is because using this method, then you can scale out. What does it mean? Well, you use 3, then the first resistance level, probably one that is very close by, you don't want to enter long when the resistance is too close, because that would be like trying to jump with the ceiling right above you. You probably are going to hit yourself, right? So you want to enter long if the resistance is quite above and you have some room. Then your first target will be that first level of resistance, and there you exit 1 or 2 of your positions, move the stop to break even now to guarantee winnings in that trade, and then continue trading the stop now, or for instance, take the next resistance as your second place to exit, and so forth and so on. Now, having mentioned all these systems, which is probably a treasure of systems I just gave you in 3 minutes, having mentioned all of them, the absolute best way to know where to exit a trade is by using the Elliott wave principle. Why? Because the Elliott wave principle is the only system that will tell you when structure, whatever it is, if it is a motive wave or a corrective structure, it will tell you exactly where it is supposed to end. How many legs does it have? Does it have the number of legs that are expected in such type of structure? And it also will give you the Fibonacci projections that are likely to be expected that prices are going to reach. And they occur so often that you can pretty much draw those levels. Those levels forms clusters of typically Fibonacci, clusters of Fibonacci where no matter what intentions the market have, they will be rejected from, because if they form a cluster, it's like putting several levels of a ceiling, if you're long, of a ceiling above you. So I hope I answered your question. Pretty much the best way is the wave principle, because the wave principle gives you clean, clear structure for market price. It gives you clean, clear projections based on Fibonacci, and there is no system in the world of technical analysis that acts with such precision. The next probably that I would use, that I really love, is the point and figure projections in price. They are amazingly accurate, and but typically you cannot use them in short time frames, small time frames, because in small time frames we move too fast and you really have to make some sort of calculations there.